We're going to get started laying on our backs. Feet are going to be hip width distance apart. Feet planted under the knees. I'm going to have my arms planted down into the mat, starting to light up to the triceps right away by pushing my fingertips and the palms of my hands into the mat. We're going to start in a neutral spine, so that means your belly is totally flat, so not in an arch, not in a tuck. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, flatten your low back into the mat, and then slowly push into your feet as you roll yourself up. Okay, so this is our pelvic curl. Rather than a glute bridge, I want you to start to release the tension out of your quads, out of your glutes here, so try not to squeeze them in. I'm thinking this is a lift of my belly button and down, so lower core is lifting, which means you may actually have limited range of motion, maybe a shorter height than usual. Inhale at the top. Exhale, tuck and roll yourself down. One vertebrae at a time onto your mat. Think mid-back into your tailbone arriving. Inhale. And exhale, roll yourself up. Just aligning through center, aligning through the spine. Warming up through the core ever so slightly. Got a really nice side planking series for you today, so this really will be our only time finding some symmetry through center. Exhale all the way down. Okay, listen for the change. You're rolling yourself all the way up here. On your inhale, lift your fingertips overhead. Feel the back sides of your hands graze the mat. And then exhale, tuck and roll yourself down while continuously reaching your fingertips overhead like you're pulling your body longer, arriving to your mat. Inhale, arms down by your side. Press your palms into the mat, reset. Exhale, tuck and roll yourself up. So almost like a little reaching pelvic curl all the way down. That's it. Just one more and we'll get right into the sides. Exhale all the way up. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, one line of energy out through your knees, out through your fingertips. Roll yourself down, one vertebrae at a time. Okay, slowly arms are going to come down by your side for a moment. You'll float one leg up at a time into tabletop. I'm going to have my legs hip width distance apart. Interlace your fingertips behind your head to make a little basket here for your head. And then you're curling your chest up, elbows come into your peripheral. That's going to help protect the neck. Absolutely no neck tension here. Then I'm going to look right at my mid-thighs here the whole time to keep that neck in neutral. Knees are tracking over the hips. And then finally, we're looking at our spine. So I'm finding a neutral spine right away. That means my belly is flat. I'm actually not trying to tuck and bring my low back into the mat. Still thinking length out through my tailbone. And we'll start to march. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, tap the right toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift. So I like to teach the exhale on the down here because what I'm trying to train is the exhale as the limb moves away from the midline. I'm almost thinking I'm emptying out my lungs, finding the base of my exhale only as soon as my toe reaches its lowest point. And then rather than a bend or a straighten of the knee, I'm actually thinking this is a hinge here at those hip flexors. So I'm not actually bending the knee at all. I'm thinking like there's a knee brace around my knee, keeping it in that 90-degree angle the whole time. Okay, 2 more each side. Here we're warming up through rectus abdominis, so kind of main core muscles that you like to think of right underneath your rib cage. Also transverse, since we're keeping our body in neutral. Okay, so through center, inhale. Exhale, right leg goes long in a diagonal. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, left. And in. So I'm keeping my leg extended nice and high. Like there's a ceiling above my toes. I'm gliding my toes along that ceiling, gliding them back in. When we start to lower the legs, so typically maybe you extend right and then you lower, you actually will start to notice, you can even try it on once, that the glutes start to take over a little bit. So I really want to focus here on that core because we will really need it in our side planking. Okay, one more to the right. And we'll add the rotation one more to the left. Okay, back through center. Meet me with your right leg long on a diagonal. We're going to move into crisscross. So your right elbow is going to rotate over to the left side and hold for a moment. We're trying not to crunch. So what we want to do is kind of crunch the body in and bring elbow to knee. I actually want you to think the accent rather than in towards the knee is out through the crown of the head. Like you're pulling your toes here away from your head. Inhale through center. Exhale, left leg is long, left elbow is lifted. Inhale and exhale. And exhale. So your exhale here is allowing you to twist a little bit deeper. Warming up through the obliques and some nice rotational work. And then as we know, side planking is really nice stability of the lateral side. And then we're going to do some lateral flexion as well. Okay, holding over to the right in 2 more each side. So exhale over to the right, left, 1 more over to the right, 1 more over to the left, back through center. Meet me in your rotation over to the right. So that means that the left leg is nice and long. You're going to inhale to lift the left toes to the sky. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale. So I'm elongating my exhale, almost thinking like my exhale here is catching my ankle, my left ankle, from collapsing into the floor. And lift. Okay, 3. Then we have other side and we're on our forearms. In 2. You all are definitely ready for side plank. 1 more. Up. Okay, kind of bend that left knee to meet the right. Rotate through center. Inhale. Exhale, we rotate over to the left. Right leg goes long. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. My gaze is probably 1/2 foot to a full foot out to the left side. Nice neutral neck here. So my hands are really supporting my head and my hands. Okay, 3. And 2. 1 more. Up. Bend that knee, return your chest through center. And you can return your chest to the mat, give yourself a hug, deep breath in. And long breath out. Release the neck, release the core. Okay, really nice. I'm gonna rock off to my right side here. And we're gonna move into our side plank right away. So before we extend the legs long, I'm gonna have my knees in front. My feet are gonna be behind. Knees are at a slight diagonal. My top hand has kind of come to the floor, and right away, I'm rooting down through the right palm of my hand. So I'm energetically pressing into the floor, trying not to sink in towards that chest. Think push, push, push of that arm, recruiting this right lat. Okay, and then option to stay here with the knees bent. You can take this the whole sequence with the knees bent, or we're gonna extend the legs nice and long into our side plank, lifting myself up. My feet are stacked. You can always take your top leg and bring it in front of you for more support, but I'm going to keep my feet stacked, a little bit more challenging, and extend my fingertips up towards the sky. Okay, breath in to prepare. Exhale, I'm going to lift the hips up 1 inch and up. So I'm starting through neutral, and then the accent is up with those hips, not a pulse. Rather, I want you to try to think full range up and then back through center. So you're never actually dipping down into your hips. I want you to stay lifted the whole time. Okay, and then we're here for a bit. So at any point, if you need to rotate your gaze down to the floor, sometimes it helps with that neck tension. 3, 2, 1. Nice and lifted. Inhale, open through your chest. Exhale, we thread. And inhale. And exhale. So back into that nice deep rotational work. And exhale. Nice, let's do 3. Still pushing my right fingertips into the mat, not sinking in my chest. 1 more. Nice, I'm gonna open up nice and wide. Exhale back through center. Okay, slowly we're gonna float the top leg up, so that left leg here. I'm gonna lift my left fingertips overhead to frame my ears. Breath in. Exhale, I'm rotating to look at my left knee as it comes in to meet the elbow. Inhale, find center. Exhale and inhale. So peak exercise for today is going to be some side planking with a rotation on the hand. That is what we were drilling right now. Flexing through my right toes a bunch. Okay, 3, 2. This is hard. One more. Extend. Okay, return the hand down, return the foot down, hips come down. Take an inhale. Nice. We're going to come up onto our hand this time. So from the right forearm, I've come up onto my hand. If you were on your knees here, I want you to go ahead and try this full extension here. I'm going to have my left foot planted behind my right. Going to have a nice hip opening, left knee up towards the sky, and then I'm flexing through my right foot a lot, extending it out long at a little diagonal. Left elbow stays in. Okay, take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to lift the hips up, left fingertips towards the sky. So pausing for a moment. We're not doing a wild thing in yoga. You'll notice the difference here. My hips are super lifted and I'm moving into an arch. Rather, I want you to think this is a modified side plank, so my body's in one straight line. I'm not actually arching my low back. Okay, your inhale, bend the left elbow, sit your hips down, exhale to lift. Now the focus here is as the hips lower, we're trying not to sink in towards that right shoulder. We're still thinking nice and lifted. Okay, 3. We're gonna add the rotation in 2. One more. Lift it up nice and high. Okay, this time you're gonna bend the left elbow in, bend both of your knees, look towards your toes, sitting your pelvis towards your heels, and then lifting it up and over, rotate towards the floor. Okay, so your inhale, bend, look towards your feet. Exhale, up and over. Really nice work here for those transverse abdominis, that wrapping core set muscle. I'm thinking oblique stability as I bend. Really nice rotation as I extend. 3, 2, and we have other side. One more. Nice. Back through center, hips come down. Whew. Your feet and your knees can bend towards your left side. My right arm is going to lift up and over. This is that side that was just on the floor supporting us. Take a little side body stretch, breath in. Exhale, option to rotate to the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly unravel. Really nice. I'm going to flip around so you can continue to see me. Absolutely no need though for you to do so. So we're going to start with that bent knee right away. I'm going to be on my left forearm this time. Knees are at a slight diagonal, feet are behind, right? We always stay here as layer 1, or I'm going to push my left fingertips into the mat. Think left lat is working, trying not to sink in. Then when we're ready, if we're ready, going to extend the legs nice and long, lifting ourselves up. Okay, I've got both of my feet stacked. Option to have the right foot in front of the left if we need more support. Always option to bring the knees on the floor. And then we lift up and up. So I want you to think this is full range up. This is the highest my hips could possibly go without losing my core here. So try not to think teeny quick pulses, rather this is my full range up and up. A lot more range of motion on the down. That's why we're training the up here and up. Okay, still pushing into my left forearm. Always option to rotate the gaze towards your fingertips. Let's do 3 and 2. Last one, nice and high. Inhale, chest opening. Exhale, we thread. Wringing out through the waistline. I'm trying to separate my body in 2 separate halves. I'm thinking belly button up, rotating, and reaching belly button down is trying to be nice and square, but I know how hard that is. And open. Okay, let's do 3. And we've got elbow to knee. 2. Last one. Okay, inhale, open. Exhale, find neutral. Lift right fingertips overhead to frame the ear. We float right leg up, breath in. Exhale, we rotate elbow to knee. Look towards your toes. Inhale, extend. And exhale. And inhale. I'm finding this exhale, that base of the exhale where I'm totally empty. My lungs are empty as I rotate. And open. Nice. Just 4 on the hand, and that's it for class 3. 2. Last one. Extend, foot comes down, hand comes down, whew, onto the hips for a sec. Okay, we're gonna come up onto the left hand this time. If you're on your knees, here we go. We start to extend the left leg long, flexing through left toes. My right toes are planted, right foot is planted on the floor behind the left. Nice hip opening of the right hip. Right hand comes in and a nice bend. Okay, inhale to prepare. Lift up out of that left shoulder right away. Exhale, we lift. And inhale, tap the hips. Exhale, we lift. Again, the focus here is on the obliques to lower the hips and lift them up. I am rooting down pretty energetically here into my right foot, kind of like the knife edge of my right foot. And then I'm not sinking into that left shoulder. Okay, a few more. Then we move into that rotation. 2. Listen for the change. 1 more. All the way up. Okay, this time we bend the right elbow in, bend both of your knees. We're looking towards your knees. This is your inhale. Exhale, extend left leg nice and long. Right arm rainbows up and over. I'm looking towards the floor. So I'm inhaling and exhaling. This is where we finish. Really nice work here. I'm feeling heavy deltoid as well. And rotate. Okay, 3. Also a little bit of right quad. 2. 1 more. Up and over. Back through center, hips come down. Oh my God, little cardio. Legs are gonna come into the right. Left arm that was on the floor, supporting, lifts up and over. Breath in. Exhale, option for a twist. Really nice. 1 more inhale. Exhale, slowly unravel. Okay, really nice. I'm gonna come to seated now. Just do a little bit of stretch for the upper body. Gonna cross right arm over the body. Sitting nice and tall. Nice and stacked. Lifting the right arm overhead. I love to take the left arm underneath and grab onto my fingers, totally optional. Switch it out, left arm across. And up and over. And if we like, little bind at the base of our back. Okay, full body stretch up, breath in, and breath out. And that's our side planking.